11 News starts with breaking news.
Breaking right now, Route 8 just reopened after a deadly crash in Richland Township. Police say the driver of the black car you see in this video crashed head-on with a garbage hauler and died. This happened at around 10 this morning near Heckert Road. Witnesses told police the driver was speeding and weaving in and out of traffic just before the crash. Another round of showers and storms looks to develop this afternoon.
Yes, we had some drenching downpours this morning. Check out this time-lapse video from the Channel 11 tower cam, and you can see the dark clouds over Pittsburgh as heavy rain moved through.
Meteorologist Danielle Dozier is tracking the next round of rain now here in Severe Weather Center 11. Danielle?
Well, guys, right now on the radar, we're noticing the bulk of the area is dry with the exception of our eastern counties where we still have some rain hanging on. Some of the heaviest rain, though, in the mountains right now around Johnstown where we're finding that cloud-to-ground lightning. But we do have some showers that are well south of Indiana and also eastern Westmoreland County. Put it in motion here over the last hour. You can see the direction these showers and storms are headed. We are here with a break in the rain, but that will be short-lived, as I do expect a couple of more showers and storms to develop in the next couple of hours. Our weather risk today is still moderate. We are tracking the threats for damaging winds, torrential downpours, and then, of course, lightning is a threat in any thunderstorm. In fact, we could actually get a weather watch, which means that conditions are favorable for severe weather. Could get a watch issued here within the next hour to 2 hours for parts of our area. I have the timeline of that rain and that stormy weather that'll be blowing through later today in my Severe Weather Team 11 forecast coming up.
All right, thanks, Danielle. New coronavirus cases in Allegheny County have dipped below 100 now for the first time in weeks. The county health department says it has learned of 96 new cases since yesterday, and those test results date back about 2 weeks. However, the health department is also reporting 8 additional deaths. The patients died between July 8th and July 19th, and 16 people were admitted to the hospital since yesterday. The health department had said they expected hospitalizations to rise when those cases started surging. County leaders and the health department are set to hold a briefing this afternoon. You can look for any new developments starting at 5 on Channel 11 News. And more breaking news right now. The mayor just talked about the progress being made to reduce the lead in Pittsburgh's drinking water. The problems here were once compared to Flint, Michigan, and the water trouble there.
Yeah, but the mayor says Pittsburgh has come a long way. Lead levels are now at their lowest in 20 years. Channel 11's Mike Holden has the breaking details.
It is a step in the right direction, and we are officially on track. City officials say they couldn't be happier with the results of these water tests, and they say each and every person should have access to clean drinking water. Now, it's a celebration of success. PWSA and City of Pittsburgh leaders joined together to talk about the serious progress they have made when it comes to reducing lead levels in our drinking water. A recent round of sampling shows the lowest lead levels in recent history. Officials credit the major positive developments to actively replacing lead lines, constantly monitoring levels, using extensive cleaning practices, and adding orthophosphates, which are a food-grade additive that forms a protective barrier between the pipe and water running through it. Officials say this is a moment everyone can be proud of. We still have to be diligent.
Today's a good day for Pittsburgh, and it would never happen without the partnership that occurred in Harrisburg, without the willingness of the representative and the senators behind me and the governor to be willing to understand that Pittsburgh was worth investing in.
And PWSA and city leaders say they plan to continually monitor the results of these levels over the years to come. We're now working to determine how you can play a part in this and how they are working to get you involved in making sure everyone has access to clean drinking water. For Channel 11 News starting at 5 o'clock tonight. Reporting this afternoon, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
We're working to learn more about the victim of a shooting in Beltshoover. Emergency crews were called to Knox Avenue at around 1 this morning. The victim had been shot in the stomach. Police are still investigating. A hefty heist in Ross Township. Someone stole an ATM machine from this BP gas station on Lowry's Run Road this morning. The gas station, there you can see the entire front door was shattered. Police went through surveillance video and in the past 20 minutes told us they have identified the getaway vehicle. It was a white Dodge Nitro with an Ohio plate FHD 2691. We're also digging deeper into this elaborate smash and grab, so look for any new developments tonight, starting at 5 on Channel 11 News.
And new at noon, a Pittsburgh activist involved in protests in East Liberty last month just turned himself into police. And we were there as Lorenzo Rulli walked into the police station this morning, surrounded by about 100 supporters. Now, charges have not been filed against him. Channel 11 told you 9 officers were hurt last month when a small group split off from a peaceful protest and threw objects at police. Meantime, Pittsburgh police are asking people to come forward with information on 3 other people who threw objects at officers during a downtown protest. They have shared these pictures before, and they're now renewing their efforts to find them. And as we look through the photos, each man is accused of taking part in the May 30th protest, which turned violent. Some are accused of burglarizing and damaging businesses.
Pittsburgh City Council will hear concerns about police reform at a hearing tonight. Ahead of that, we're hearing from the deaf community about what this means for them. There's a public service announcement that highlights the voices of the deaf community in Pittsburgh, and it also shows their support for the Black Lives Matter movement. A film director created this PSA after his 8-year-old daughter noticed he didn't have a lot of sign language in any of his pieces.
Silence is no longer an option, so I wanted to use my vehicle and my talent to bring awareness to something that often is not a part of the conversation.
There's a public hearing on police reform tonight at 6. It is a virtual meeting.
Pittsburgh voters will decide if the Citizen Police Review Board should have more power. According to our partners at the Trib, Council voted to add a referendum to the ballot in November. It would change the city charter to give the Citizens Police Review Board more power to investigate police misconduct and civil rights complaints against officers. It would require officers to cooperate during an investigation, or they could potentially be fired. It would also give the board access to evidence before an official investigation is complete. Pittsburgh public safety officials and Mayor Peduto have told us they support this, but the head of the police union has said the board can already force operators to cooperate. A terrifying scene in Chicago. More than a dozen people were shot outside a funeral home in a brazen drive-by attack. It comes as President Trump is expected to send federal agents to Chicago and to other cities to crack down on the recent surge in violence. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez has the developing details.
Overnight, a mass shooting on Chicago's South Side.
We got multiple shooters running. They're all on foot.
Police say at least 15 people were wounded after a car drove past a funeral home and opened fire.
At that time, the attendees of the funeral exchanged gunfire with the black vehicle.
The shootout continued until the car crashed and came to a stop. The suspects bolted on foot.
We thought it was a war out here.
Authorities recovered 60 shell casings at the scene. Investigators have yet to determine a motive or how many people were involved.
It appears like if it was planned, because as the people were coming out of the funeral home, then the shots rang out like they were literally waiting on them to come out.
The shooting just the latest in a surge of gun violence in Chicago. Over the weekend, at least 63 people were shot and 12 were killed. The city has already seen a 47% increase in shootings over the same time last year. President Trump has been threatening to send in federal law enforcement to Chicago and other major cities to stop the violence.
We're looking at Chicago, too. We're looking at New York. Look at what's going on. All run by Democrats, all run by very liberal Democrats.
Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot pushing back.
What we will not tolerate and we will fight against is the deployment of unnamed federal special secret agents onto our streets to detain people without cause.
The Trump administration had already sent federal agents to Portland, Oregon, where there have been protests ever since George Floyd's death nearly 2 months ago. Overnight, a demonstration turned violent. Tear gas deployed into a crowd of about 3,000 people. A few protesters seen barricading the federal courthouse with wooden beams and sandbags. Back in Chicago, residents are bracing for more violence.
I see what's happened in Portland, and it's it's not going to solve anything. I'm just afraid for the city to have to go through this.
Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News, New York.
In Pennsylvania, Governor Tom Wolf says federal officers would be unwelcome in the state. On Monday, President Trump mentioned Philadelphia among the cities he would consider deploying federal agents to stop violence.
It's been almost 2 years since the Tree of Life shooting, and leaders are taking another step in the rebuilding process. According to our partners at the Trib, they've hired 2 consulting firms to help with the logistics to rebuild the synagogue in Squirrel Hill. The Tree of Life building has been empty since the shooting in October of 2018 that killed 11 people. The executive director of the Tree of Life told us in a statement, "We're going back to wanting to be and determined to be more than just a synagogue." It has been 18 days since Danielle Brown has been on a hunger strike in the name of her son, and now Duquesne University has agreed to her demands in connection with her son's death. Marquise Brown died after jumping 16 stories from a dorm room window in 2018. Witnesses say that he was acting erratically before he jumped. In an open letter, the university agreed to an independent investigation. The school said Brown will have access to evidence in the case.
I always say, everything is not always what it seems, but this is a step in the right direction.
Duquesne is also working to get body cameras for all of its public safety officers, and they'll look into crisis and mental health training for its officers.
Nearly 100 customers in St. Clair are without water because of a water main break. That break on Wagner Street early this morning sent water gushing toward Beck's Run Road, right near East Carson Street. Pennsylvania American Water tells us repairs are expected to be completed by late tonight.
Thousands of unemployed workers in southwestern Pennsylvania are bracing for a big hit to their wallets. That extra $600 a week ends this week unless Congress does something. Chris Hoskins is one of the thousands of Pennsylvanians who are out of a job because of the pandemic. He's a cook, and his severe asthma puts him at high risk. Hawkins says for him, people like him who need life-saving medications, losing the extra money could put his health at risk.
Those of us who are in high risk for catching it, and it could kill me. I'm not saying it will, but it could. That $600 a week is necessary.
Without the additional $600 a week from the federal government, the average person who is unemployed gets a check for $383 a week. That's about $1,500 a month.
Because you got nowhere to go. You just sit home and drink beer.
Alcohol sales are on the rise. How coronavirus could make it hard to find your favorite beer at the store.
Plus, the surprising way local bars and restaurants are changing their menus to stay in line with the state rules.
Well, the weather is quieting down for now, but that'll be changing later today. A new watch was issued, but it includes the mountains. I'm going to talk about some of those threats that we're still going to be watching out for later today. Still to come.
When news is happening near you, Channel 11 is there.
Aliquippa, Coriopolis, Moon. We cover news everywhere you live.
That's what makes Channel 11 News different.
We're in McCandless, Cranberry, Butler. For news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News at 5.
You're streaming WPXI now. Channel 11 expands its streaming live newscasts. When other stations are national, Channel 11 News is local, right here at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. on WPXI Now. Make sure you know everything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News.
Breaking in the last few minutes, police gave us this surveillance video of the car wanted in that ATM theft in Ross Township. You can see that white Dodge Nitro pull up in front of the BP on Lowry's Run Road. Officers are now looking for that vehicle. It has an Ohio license plate, FHD 2691. They reported this vehicle stolen from Lake County, Ohio, earlier this month. From social distance fries to face mask mac. Local bars are getting creative to keep serving alcohol after the state's order that drinks are only allowed during sit-down meals. House of Beers in Warrendale is offering cheap eats to keep the drinks flowing. And Channel 11's Jillian Hartman found other local businesses with similar offers.
Well, a lot of bars and restaurants are coming up with creative ways to comply with the governor's new order. But this restaurant right here is doing something you probably haven't seen yet. 75 cents for a chicken tender or 50 cents for a slice of toast. That's all you need to order to drink alcohol at Colonial Grill in downtown Irwin. It's now offering this new menu option, an attempt to follow the governor's new order of alcohol consumption only being allowed during sit-down meals. The restaurant had no comment, but we caught up with some customers.
With everything going on, it's a nice, lighthearted way to poke some fun at the situation.
Other restaurants are doing something similar, like Ale's House in Franklin, Pennsylvania. On their menu, you can order the Wolf Dog and Trump sandwich. The owner tells me they're trying to be lighthearted in a tough situation, like Hunter's Inn in Meadville with their new Here for a Beer menu.
We're going to keep doing what we have to do to stay open, and we might as well do it with a little bit of humor.
You can order 25% of the basket fries, 1 onion ring, or a cheese ball. The owner told me she's having fun with the menu, but she understands the seriousness of this virus and is following every safety guideline.
But we do have customers that want to stop and just have a single beer on their way home after their own stressful day at work.
The governor ordered the new restriction last week after he said people were ignoring mask and social distancing requirements at bars and restaurants. According to the Allegheny County Health Department, the increase in COVID-19 cases was attributed to people crowding and drinking at bars, letting their guard down. But with this new bipartisan bill, Governor Wolf is looking to help struggling businesses. The governor is urging Congress to provide financial relief to restaurants nationwide. If passed, the bill will provide $120 billion to help restaurants with economic challenges caused by the pandemic. Jillian Hartman, Channel 11 News.
A new study has Pennsylvania near the top when it comes to coronavirus restrictions. Wallet Hub looked at things like face mask policies, travel restrictions, reopening plans, and work from home requirements. Pennsylvania came in as the third most restrictive state. California and New Jersey are the only places higher.
Interesting. A man who fell down a hillside was found clinging to a tree. These pictures from Pittsburgh police show first responders rescuing that man who's in his 80s. He was stuck on Olympia Road on Mount Washington. Medics used a rope and pulley system to hoist the man up the hill to a stretcher. He was not seriously hurt.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Well, good afternoon. Taking a live look over the city. We have quite the cloud cover out there today. Temperatures are still, though, in the upper 70s. We've got a heat index at 81, a little bit of a breeze out of the southwest. Here's Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar. After a stormy morning across the area, those storms continue to push through the mountains, so places like Johnstown into Somerset getting in on some really heavy rain. The rest of us, though, are fairly quiet. We track our visible satellite, which is an instrument in outer space that shows us where the clouds are. And you can see all that white shaded color. That's where we have the thick cloud cover, a few slivers of sun in spots, but it's not a whole lot out there. I wanted to call your attention to the last frame right through here. You can see how those clouds continue to push to the east, and what I'm tracking is all of this cloud cover, which will tend to keep the widespread severe weather threat down for the day today. So we continue to analyze all of that data coming in. We'll talk more about that in a second. Upper 70s, low 70s, depending on location. It's 79 here, but 72 Greensburg, even in the 80s right now in Butler at 81. Dew points are in the 60s and 70s. It's feeling tropical out there today, especially in places like Washington and Greensburg. Our heat index at 81 here, 78 Washington. Again, not quite as high, even though the humidity is higher in these locations because the air temperature is down. Some rain-cooled air still in place. I still am expecting a chance for some showers and a few thunderstorms across the area. Here's 2:30 just to put it in perspective. You can see those kind of continuing through the area through 4 and 5 o'clock before clearing out. And then later this evening, fairly quiet on this weather model. I will go out and say that the data has been all over the place. We've looked at many different computer weather models, and they're really having a hard time with handling the timing of the showers and storms. I will say we're going to keep the threat in during the late night and overnight hours of a few thunderstorms coming across the area. Also, we still have storms in the forecast for Thursday, so we'll have more on that coming up in the next half hour. As far as tonight goes, though, another warm and humid night down to 70 degrees with a few showers and storms. Keep in mind there still could be some strong thunderstorms or an isolated severe storm coming in for this afternoon. And during the evening, the strongest, as I mentioned earlier, could put down some high wind gusts as well as still that torrential rain being a threat out there. Tomorrow, hour by hour, 70s in the morning, about 78 at noon, and a few scattered showers and storms expected. Temperatures should climb back into the lower 80s. 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. And the Friday and Saturday time period is still looking pretty good. We've got 85 on Friday, 87 Saturday. I've taken rain out of the forecast for Sunday. Model data has been pretty consistent with drying things up. We'll keep you posted how that day unfolds, but overall, I'd keep your outdoor plans. It's looking pretty good. In this next half hour, I'll also have not only another radar update, but a look at the humidity forecast as we head into your weekend. So stick with us.
WVU is telling students to get tested for COVID-19 or else. The back to campus plan and how breaking the rules could actually get students expelled.
And an apology from a Pennsylvania fair. The Facebook post, they say, was not meant to offend.
You put on Channel 11 Morning News. There is a team that has been working all night to get you the news you need.
The news doesn't stop. We don't stop.
I know you have a busy morning. I'm a mom, too, and you're doing 1,000 different things.
We want to make sure you know everything you need to know to get prepared for your day as you head out the door.
You're going to get weather and traffic every 10 minutes. Jennifer is going to tell you the breaking news as it's happening.
We're not repeating the same stories over and over. We're digging for those new details.
You can be assured that you're going to get all the information you need before you head out the door.
Severe weather coverage where you live.
On Channel 11 News.
There's a new push to get Pennsylvanians to vote safely in November. A group has been formed called Vote Safe Pennsylvania. It's run by Democrats and Republicans. The group says its goal is to get more people to vote. To do that, it plans to spread the word about mail-in voting. The group is also working with healthcare experts to make sure in-person polling places are safe during the pandemic.
One of Pennsylvania's most popular fairs is apologizing. They say a firefighter dressed as a woman was supposed to look like Marilyn Monroe, but not Health Secretary Dr. Rachel Levine. This post drew some criticism on the Bloomsburg Fair Facebook page. It thanked Dr. Levine, who's a transgender woman with a question mark after her name.
We did it in good faith to try to raise money for the carnival, and again, as he said earlier, we apologize that it went to the other side. We had no intentions of hurting anyone.
My only reaction is that I am going to stay, no matter what happens, laser focused on protecting the public health in Pennsylvania.
Representatives from the LGBTQ community are questioning the sincerity of the apology.
Students at WVU could be fined if they don't get a coronavirus test before returning to campus. Students will be fined $250. Also, before they come back to school, they'll have to complete a virus education course. If students are caught without a mask on campus, they could be removed from class, put on probation, suspended, or even expelled. WVU starts the fall semester August 19th. Grove City College is partnering with Quest Diagnostics to increase coronavirus testing as students get ready to head back to campus. Students will receive a survey before the semester begins, asking them where they've traveled or if they've had any contact with someone who's had the virus. If necessary, Quest will then test or send students a testing kit that will be sent back to the company. Surveys are going to be sent out in the next few weeks.
I think that this is the right time to shut this thing down.
An attorney wants the Allegheny County Courthouse shut down. Why? He says more must be done to protect everyone.
I have more live radar updates and let you know where the rain is headed. Plus, I've got timing of those showers and storms, not only this afternoon, but we'll look ahead to Thursday. Stick with us.
WPXI Now. When a major story breaks, this is where you'll find 24-hour coverage. From the Channel 11 newsroom to our crews live in the field, we'll bring you the information you need right now. WPXI Now. Always on when you want the latest on breaking news. Channel 11 Morning News brings you weather and traffic every 10 minutes.
Let me get you prepared for the week.
Now we've expanded our weather to help you prepare for the day ahead.
Definitely the heavy rain gear today.
Watch Channel 11 Morning News. We're on from 4:30 to 7 a.m.
When you want news from where you live,
Watch Channel 11 News at 5.
A break in the rain right now. You can see that on Storm Tracker Doppler 11 radar.
But some of you could see more storms this afternoon. Meteorologist Danielle Dozier is tracking the timing of those storms now in Severe Weather Center 11. Danielle?
Yeah, we're taking a look at the radar right now, and you can see very quiet conditions across the area. Those thunderstorms continue to move out of our area. They are moving through the mountains at this time, but over the last couple of hours, we've had a little bit of a break after that round of rain. You can see here this afternoon, we are still expected to see a couple of showers and thunderstorms develop, and those would continue to move off to the east as well. So if you're out planning your afternoon, I would have your umbrella with you just in case a shower or a storm moves over your area. We are still tracking the chance for some high wind gusts and some very heavy rain out of the strongest. And if you do have any plans this evening, I would go ahead and just stay weather aware. Speaking of evening, here's a look at your running forecast. Keep an eye to the sky. The temperature is still pretty warm, and it'll also be humid out there as well. Still to come, we'll take an hour-by-hour look at your Thursday forecast and what's ahead for the weekend. Stick with us.
Danielle, the nation's top emergency official faced some tough questions from Congress today about the U.S. response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Our Washington correspondent Serena Marshall has been monitoring the hearing and learned one of the biggest concerns from lawmakers is personal protective equipment.
Good afternoon. Members of Congress want to make sure that the shortfalls we saw around PPE at the start of the pandemic do not continue. Roughly 5 months into the pandemic, doctors, nurses, and other health officials have warned their supply of that PPE gear has begun to run low again. It follows the crisis in the spring, where in places like New York City, nurses had turned to garbage bags as gowns due to the lack of equipment. This morning, the FEMA administrator admitted that we are not out of the woods with PPE, despite increased production. When pressed on the issue today, he explained the reason for the shortage.
We don't make it here in the United States. We make very, very little. We make virtually no rubber gloves in the U.S., as an example. We are in competition still for PPE around the globe.
He did tell lawmakers that they are in a better place than 60 days ago and continue to work to improve domestic production. The FEMA administrator was also questioned about hurricane season. He told lawmakers they're completely ready, but encouraged local leaders to update their evacuation plans, citing the need in the era of COVID for evacuation centers to have more spacing and more cleaning. Reporting from outside Washington, I'm Serena Marshall, Channel 11 News.
And you can feel it in the air. You can feel the fear and the anxiety.
Only on 11, a local attorney pushing to postpone trials at the Allegheny County Courthouse because of coronavirus. We told you several courthouse workers have tested positive, along with 2 assistant district attorneys. Channel 11's Rick Earle explains how that lawyer's request led to an all-out forum on safety procedures in the courtroom.
Among the questions Judge Anthony Mariani raised, who's enforcing the mask policy at the courthouse and who's monitoring the daily cleaning? The judge expressing these concerns at a hearing requested by defense attorney Milton Rayford, who asked for a postponement of a trial because of COVID-19.
We're playing Russian roulette, and I just don't think we should play Russian roulette with citizens of the Commonwealth.
Rayford questioned Court Administrator Chris Connors, who testified that plastic shields, limited seating, and mask requirements have been implemented, but suggested more should be done. Quote, "We have to do everything we can to keep people out of this building, and I'm not sure we are doing that today," adding that this hearing and many others could be done remotely. When asked why temperature checks weren't being done, Connors said the county decided against it. He said the courts are now considering it. Connors was also asked why the 2 prosecuting attorneys were sitting right next to each other. They immediately moved after he said they should be farther apart. The judge also indicated he wants to hear more about the COVID-19 safety procedures from either County Executive Rich Fitzgerald or the county manager. A county spokesperson telling Target 11, quote, "We have and will continue to follow all CDC guidance as it relates to our building and employees, including sanitizing stations, physical distancing, and enhanced cleaning processes." Connors says there have been no positive tests for 2 weeks, but after 3 assistant district attorneys contracted the virus, Rayford says the courthouse should be shut down.
We're responsible for the safety of the people that come in this building, and there's nothing that we can do to assure them that they're not going to walk out of here today and take the virus home to their kids.
And the judge agreed to continue that hearing on July 28th. And defense attorney Rayford said he will subpoena both the county executive and the county manager to appear at that hearing. Rick Earl, Channel 11 News.
Nearly 4 million Americans have tested positive for the coronavirus, and the CDC says the true number could be 10 times higher. It all boils down to asymptomatic people who have it but don't have any symptoms. The CDC came up with the new figures after looking at antibody tests. One example is Claire and Grace Green. They thought they just had a mild viral infection. They unknowingly passed COVID on to their parents, and their father, Jason, nearly died.
Everything was so uncertain. Like, we didn't know if our dad was going to be able to get off the ventilator, and we didn't know how bad my mom was at that time.
The CDC says it needs more testing to find outbreaks and contain the spread. New research suggests that wearing a mask does not just help the people around you, but it protects you as well. Reporter Ian Cull takes a closer look at the study.
Until now, most research on the coronavirus has shown wearing a mask helps the people around you. But new findings from UCSF doctors reveal it helps the person wearing it too.
So we're seeing these rates of not getting sick being driven up in places that mask, and that's why it's important to message that masks help you, they help your family, and that's why we all have to wear masks.
Dr. Monica Gandhi is an infectious disease physician and led the team of doctors. They gathered data from multiple studies to come to this conclusion.
If you are wearing a mask, you get in less of a viral dose. You're unlikely to get the infection, but if you do get the infection, you're more likely to get asymptomatic infection, having no symptoms or not getting sick.
They also studied multiple outbreaks at workplaces that were using face coverings.
There was an outbreak in a Oregon seafood processing plant. They had a COVID outbreak. Everyone had been wearing masks. 95% asymptomatic.
This comes as President Trump acknowledged he thinks masks have a purpose.
I have no problem with the masks. I view it this way. Anything that potentially can help, and that certainly can potentially help, is a good thing.
The UCSF doctors' findings will be published in the Journal of General Internal Medicine next week.
Population-level masking is what's gotten many countries quickly through the pandemic. We are not getting through it quickly. We have to get through it quickly.
Doctors say because we're all being asked to wear masks, it's important that that mask is comfortable, that you can breathe through it, and they say even a thin cotton one can serve as a barrier.
And I've never seen it as consistently busy over time as it is right now.
Business is booming at beer distributors, but how the pandemic is keeping your favorite beer off the shelves.
Channel 11 Morning News brings you what's happening now.
Right now at 6:30, there are new COVID-19 restrictions in Pennsylvania.
Bar and restaurant owners feel like they're being pulled back and forth.
What's new?
We just got brand new information from that fire scene.
And what's next?
We're starting to get a better idea of what school could look like for Pittsburgh public students.
Severe weather impacts from the storm, 60-plus mile-per-hour winds, large hail, even an isolated tornado.
Count on Channel 11 News for live coverage every morning. Watch Catherine Amenta and Gordon Lesh on Channel 11 Morning News.
1 week you're out of something and the next you're something else, and then it's just slowly snowballed into where we are now.
You might not be able to find your favorite beer the next time you shop. There is another shortage.
Yeah, not enough aluminum cans. Channel 11's Lori Hoy found out how this is impacting distributors.
Right now, aluminum cans are in short supply, and for beer distributors like this one, some of their store shelves are empty. For owner Buzz Knapp, business has been booming at Steel City Beer in Sharpsburg during the COVID-19 pandemic.
I've worked here for probably 19 years, and I've never seen it as consistently busy over time as it is right now. Like, we're busy every single day.
As beer and soda consumption shifted from restaurants to homes over the last few months, aluminum can manufacturers are having a difficult time keeping up with the demand.
It would just be like 1 week you're out of something and the next you're something else, and then it's just slowly snowballed into where we are now.
And one brand in particular, Coors Light, is hard to find in stock at many distributors.
Some people just want their certain types of beer, so if we're out of their type of beer, they might leave and go somewhere else, but typically 95% of people just get something else.
Meantime, aluminum can makers are ramping up production, some building new factories to meet the need. But Knapp said while he may not have your brand of beer at some point, there is no shortage of beer.
There's still plenty of beer in cans. We will not be without beer at any point.
According to the Can Manufacturers Institute, the can industry is working 24/7 on meeting this unprecedented demand of aluminum cans. From Sharpsburg, Lori Hoy, Channel 11 News.
Bogus online reviews could be costing you money. How to keep your cash in your pocket next.
We've been in this unsettled weather pattern for a couple of days now. I'll let you know when you can finally put away the umbrella.
You're streaming WPXI Now, your source for original local shows. Get the inside scoop on all the hot events, entertainment, and celebrities in and around Pittsburgh every week. Stream Access Pittsburgh on demand anytime on WPXI Now.
You put on Channel 11 Morning News. There is a team that has been working all night to get you the news you need.
The news doesn't stop. We don't stop.
As a mom, I know your morning is busy. We're going to give you everything you need, from the breaking news desk to weather and traffic.
When you walk out that door, you're prepared.
Watch David Johnson and Peggy Finnegan on Channel 11 News at 5.
1/3 of American credit card holders have done at least one thing during the pandemic that could hurt their credit score. The Bankrate.com survey found that they either added to their debt, paid a bill late, carried a balance mistakenly thinking it would help their score. didn't pay a bill at all or canceled a card specifically to improve their credit score. Shoppers are losing more than $100 each year because of bogus online reviews. According to a recent study, consumer advisor Clark Howard explains how you can keep that money in your wallet.
Bogus reviews are big business, and that's because we really respond to the rating on a product. So that has led to a huge industry of people who write fake reviews, get paid to write fake reviews. Trustpilot finds, and this is costing the average American well more than $100 a year, and money you're throwing away on crummy purchases. Here's how I handle it. I don't look at the stars for an item. I read the actual reviews. If you do that regularly, you'll be able to spot the fakes. They're pretty easy to spot once you get in a pattern of reading reviews, and then you'll be able to see what really is something people love or like, not something that people want you to think you'll love it. I'm Clark Howard.
New labels on Facebook are confusing some people. The labels yesterday, the company started doing these labels from federal officials and candidates, and the labels say, get official voting info, and then they direct you to election information services. Facebook says it's a way of fighting misinformation surrounding the election, but some are misinterpreting them as an endorsement of misleading or false claims.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Quite the stormy morning we had out there. If you were awake really early, you probably caught the weather. Watch this loop. There it went. 7 o'clock in the morning, Pittsburgh got slammed with really heavy rainfall. We also had some really impressive clouds that came out of this line of storms as it continued to push off to the east. And here is a look. This one coming in from Dave DiCello of that morning shelf cloud. And, you know, of course, as the sun has come up and the lighting hits the clouds a certain way, it just looks really cool. In the sky, this is what it would look like. It's a low-hanging cloud that just looks like it's a shelf, like all the way across the sky right there. That's why we call it a shelf cloud. It marks the leading edge of a line of thunderstorms for the most part. And out ahead of these shelf clouds, the wind really kicks up, and then you're going to notice that cooler air out ahead of them as well. And that's the storm's outflow winds. That's what we call it. And then the shelf cloud goes by, and then the heavy rain is right behind it. So really awesome pictures and videos coming in to Channel 11 today. Visible satellite shows the thick cloud cover that has been across our area, and we have had less cloud cover in the central part and eastern part of the state, and this is why this area is a little more favorable for seeing severe weather today. Good news for us, we don't want to see severe weather. We could really use some rain, though, and I still expect a chance of that happening later on. 79 in Pittsburgh, 77 in Greensburg. It's 81 in Butler right now. As I showed you on our storm tracker maps earlier, I am still expecting that threat for some storms today, so stay weather aware. Tonight, a few thunderstorms passing through, 70 degrees, and it's going to be another warm and humid night for all of us, into the upper 60s and low 70s from Greensburg into Uniontown and Washington. As we look ahead into the overnight period now, pick back the clock at 1 o'clock in the morning, and you can see those showers and even a few thunderstorms coming in from the west. So the theme is for tomorrow, head out. But before you head out, that is, grab your umbrella and your rain gear because you're going to need it from time to time. I don't think Thursday's a washout. We will have periods of showers and storms moving through. Again, the model data has been having a really hard time kind of depicting the timing of these showers and storms. I do expect that chance, though, in the morning and then again in the afternoon tomorrow. Tomorrow's high about 83, southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. We will be tracking yet another threat for that heavy rainfall out of those strongest storms for the day tomorrow. Of course, lightning is a threat in any thunderstorm. As promised, to look at the humidity forecast for the rest of today and Thursday. It's going to feel sticky to steamy out there. We're just going to be sweating, of course, with the warm weather as well. Friday and Saturday, it comes down just a little bit. Could still be a tad bit muggy, but we'll keep you updated on how that data unfolds. Unsettled today from time to time, but not a washout this afternoon. Unsettled on Thursday as well. And then we get to Friday and Saturday, and high pressure builds in. That's when we can finally put our umbrellas back in the closet, albeit the lawns kind of need the rain, I guess. So good to see a little bit of soaking rain. As we head into the weekend, we dry things out for Sunday now. I took rain out of the forecast. Models coming together showing we're starting to dry things up for Sunday. Both days are very warm, though, into the upper 80s, and then we'll have upper 60s and low 70s for our overnight lows.
All right, thanks, Danielle. Now here's local steals and deals.
Hi, I'm Lisa Robertson, coming to you from my home, of course. Let me tell you something that is amazing. I was just talking to somebody the other day about home security, right? I think that's something we all wonder about. But a lot of times you're saying, yeah, I'd love to have a big home security system, but I don't have $1 million. Guess what they told me? So just out of the blue, a security consultant said the other day, you should check out the Blink camera. Guess what Local Steals and Deals has for you today? The Blink camera. How amazing is that? So Local Steals and Deals, we really try to find you things that are going to improve your quality of life, great ideas you might not have heard of, and the Blink is definitely one of them. Now, this is actually backed by Amazon with all their resources and all their know-how. This is the security camera they get behind, and I love that. The Blink is fabulous because it's really easy to install. It's indoors or outdoors. And here's one of the amazing things. You can have HD video, you can have audio back and forth, and it's going to store the recording of the video, and you're not paying every month. Isn't that amazing? I love the fact that it's easy. I love the fact that you don't have to have anything big and complicated. I love the fact that you're not paying a monthly monitoring fee. And I love the fact that the one that we're bringing you is 3 cameras. 3 cameras for indoors or outdoors. And here's how cool it is. So you just sync up the module with an app that you put on your phone, and then whenever one of your cameras senses motion, it lets your phone know. You can go ding, ding, ding. Oh, I see what's going on right here. You can talk to the person you see, or you can call somebody if there's a problem. I love that. I also do love the fact that you're not going to get a bill every month going, oh no, you don't have to pay that. This stores it, no problem. This is one that is normally one of the most sought after security cameras in the business, and we have it for you at 20% off. So go to localsteals.com, one of the great ideas we have for you right there, and you can have peace of mind inside, outside, at home, or anywhere else you are with the Blink XT and the 3-camera system.
Channel 11 News at 5 and 6 p.m. brings you the latest details on the coronavirus.
331 new coronavirus cases.
While hospitalizations are up, experts say the hospitals in this region have not been overwhelmed.
So we brought you the governor's remarks live on the air this afternoon.
We have got to act now.
Big changes coming within the next few hours. This really affects bars and restaurants, especially the ones that are already struggling.
Watch Channel 11 News every day at 5 and 6 p.m. Pittsburgh's chief meteorologist, Stephen Cropper, tracking the weather in your neighborhood.
Niagara Falls has a new photo op, and it tells quite a story. Canadians have been taking notice of the crowds of Americans on the Maid of the Mist ferries that leave the U.S. side of the falls. Now, Canadian ferries are limited to just 6 passengers per boat, a boat that can carry hundreds. According to the Maid of the Mist boat tours, the ferries on the U.S. side are operating at 50% capacity, even though it looks like a boatload in this video.
I'm glad I'm in Canada. I just sent a picture to my friends actually going, the American, you can see why the pandemic is raging in the States and it's not in Canada when you look at the difference between the boats. I think that says a lot about Canada versus the States right now and how we're handling the pandemic.
Maid of the Mist website says it was following the guidance of New York State public health officials and added that the boats contain markers to keep visitors spaced out and face coverings are mandatory, among other safety changes.
Pro sports return to Pittsburgh today. The Riverhounds will be the first professional team to play an official game here since the pandemic began. The Hounds are off to a fast start. They won their first 2 games on the road. Highmark Stadium will be closed to fans. The club says they're working closely with state and local health officials to figure out when they can open the gates to fans.
That's all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast comes up tonight at 5 o'clock.
And thanks for watching and have a great day.
News is happening in your neighborhood. Channel 11 News is there.
We're in McCandless, Cranberry, and Butler. We cover news everywhere you live, not just downtown. We're in Aliquippa, Coriopolis, and Moon.
Bringing you stories that impact your town. That's what makes Channel 11 News different.
More local news from more neighborhoods. That's a fact. We're in Bethel Park, South Park, and Mount Lebanon. When you want news from where you live,
watch Channel 11 News at 5.